Welcome back. We have Manshadi joining us from Manshadi Pharmacy. It's great to have you back on the show.
Thank you, Susan. How are you?
Yes, I am well. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Is it hot enough out for you?
It is nice.
Yes.
I love it.
Good
I love
for you.
Hot.
Do you? Like 40 degrees even?
Yeah. Sure. Better than cold.
Well, I agree with that. I agree with that. So we're talking today about poisoning prevention. That's our main topic today. But before we get to that, we're talking just quickly about ticks, because Misa brought from Manshadi Pharmacy some tools that you would use if you're looking to extract one.
Sure. So what happened the other day, my son had a ticks in the back of his neck.
Oh, yeah.
So I went to grab a tweezer, and I had this tweezer. And this is not the right tweezer.
Okay.
So this tweezer is, when you grab it, you're basically pressing the blood and everything back in. So there is a tweezer that is, it's like a hockey stick.
Yes,
See?
it is.
It goes right underneath, and then you close it, and then you pick it up.
Yes.
And this side is, you know, for getting it off the pets and so forth. But especially this one here is important. You can use this one for the pet as well, too. So,
but that allows you to really get in there and grab the body. Exactly.
So when we talk a tweezer, please get the right tweezer. You can buy this different places as well.
In other words, don't use the tweezer that you use to do your eyebrows with, because that's the kind that's going to make the situation worse. Instead, the hockey stick one, I'm going to hold this up because Dan is going to be a swell guy. We'll get the full close-up so you can really see what we're talking about here. That it's sort of like a hockey stick, it looks like. See that? Yeah, there you go. Do you like the way my hands are shaking? Too much coffee? There we go. So now you know, where can you buy these? At any pharmacy, I'm assuming?
Not any pharmacy, but you can find it different places.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's your tick tip of the day. Right now we're talking about poisoning and poison prevention, poison control. This is obviously something that you see.
That's right. We see there's 200,000 people report poisoning in Canada per year. And we see at the pharmacy people phone, you know, they have took double dose, or their child had a little bit of Tylenol, extra Tylenol, this or that. So we do get the phone call, and I thought maybe this would be a good topic for people to do some prevention, and what to do if they see their loved ones are infected with the...
Do you see this at your pharmacy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Accidental poisoning due to over-prescriptions, taking too many pills, taking the wrong combination of pills. Are those some of the sources?
Yes, or even poisoning when you take street drugs, right? And people, they go to overdose. And I will tell them quickly what we should do about those things as well, too.
Okay, so we've got boards. Let's start with the first one, and we can just stick on this board for a little bit. But Misa, I'll let you talk to these.
Yeah, so quickly store the meds in a safe place. Child-proof containers are important, but remember, when it says child resistant, doesn't mean it's child proof.
Okay.
A lot of time kids can get into the child resistant containers.
Okay.
And we see that adolescent poisoning are less common, but they are more deadly because they are mostly intentional.
Intentional.
You know, the young people. That's talking about young people, 15, 16, 18.
Number 3 on that board as well was important, that products that look appealing and they look familiar to a child are more likely going to be ingested because they think, oh, this is safe because it has a teddy bear on the front, so I'm just going to throw back a couple of ounces.
Exactly. The colors are flashing and so forth.
Yes.
That's right.
So be careful. You don't want your child to think it's safe to take just because it has a friendly face on it or whatever.
Yeah, so if we go to the next slide, basically, we do blister packaging in our pharmacy, and the blister packaging is good because sometimes it keeps the drugs in a package so the person cannot overdose themselves.
Let's take a look at this.
Yeah,
you can. Dan could grab us a shot of this. Dan, if you could, thank you. It's I didn't know that this. I've seen this before, but I didn't know it was called a blister pack. But essentially, it separates the pills that you would take between breakfast, lunch, supper, and bedtime. And
then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on the side.
And why is this important? So you don't take them all at once and mix them up?
Correct, correct, yeah. And sometimes some people forget that did I take it? Did I not take it?
I'm even like that.
Yeah, so, so that is good. And also, if it's possible, if you have outdated medication, please bring it back to the pharmacist.
Okay.
Don't flush it down the toilet.
And why is that? Because it goes out into the river?
And then we will ingest it eventually, correct?
Right, you're sharing it with your friends in the community.
That's right.
Good idea. Okay.
We used to tell to people just use a Ipecac syrup, and for all the poisoning,
yes,
but now it's not the routine recommendation. Sometimes we use it, but it's not a routine, so we don't sell it at the pharmacies anymore. Same as activated charcoal. Basically, people that they're mostly at risk are people that have death in the family, or they are sick, or they are inflicted with alcohol or drugs. These are the people that we need to watch for. They're most likely that they commit suicide. And always we need to take all the, anybody that even suggests slightly about suicide, we need to take them very seriously.
Yes, yes.
So those are some of the points that I wanted to bring people to the attention.
Another board here, signs and symptoms of poisoning.
Yeah, so burning, redness around the mouth, sometimes breath smells depending what they have ingested, vomiting, breathing, and the confusion and mental alertness is not sometimes there. So these are some of the symptoms. Now, if it's a serious symptoms, you want to call 911. But that number is a good number. Maybe people should write it down. It's called BC Poison Control Center. It's 24/7.
Yep.
I phoned actually this morning at 4 in the morning. They picked up my phone.
Nice.
And I wanted to make sure it's correct number.
Sure.
And so if it's not, this bad symptoms and person is stable, they can phone to that number. So that's what we should be aware of. Now, when you're waiting for ambulance come, so there are different things that you can do before the ambulance comes. So if, for example, if there is a toxic fume, you want to take the person out of that room. If there is somebody's ingested something, you want to check their mouth to see if you can take it out and read the labels to see what we can do about it. If it's let's say the hand has been contaminated, maybe wash the hand under the water for 20 minutes. If it's the eye, gently wash the eye under the water for 20 minutes as well too, until the ambulance come. So these are some of the things that we should be aware of.
And of course, the last point on that board was don't be afraid to contact your physician, or rather your pharmacist, and use your pharmacist as a resource.
Absolutely,
like you, right?
Absolutely. You can phone and phone us or BC Poison Control if the person is is sitting and talking and there is no problem. You can consult with us and find out what you can do. Obviously, if it is acute problem, we have to phone 911 right away to get the help that we need.
Great tips today. Obviously, this is something that you see coming into your pharmacy. You've got people in situations where something like this happens, so it's something that you wanted to share and talk about. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
There's a bug on me. That's fun. Okay, 2 locations to serve you. Misa Manshadi can be found either at the South Shore location or at the North Shore location. The phone numbers are there on the screen. We're back after a quick break. Stay with us.